Here we are, Miss Marvel or Miss Ordinary. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, here we are back again for episode 2 of Miss Marvel. This episode crushed, so we're definitely in here trying to figure out what's going on and how things are going to transpire going forward for this new fledgling superhero. Brent, talk to me. What do you think so far?
I really want to like this series. I really, really want to like this series. But can I just say, like, the first 30, 35 minutes of this was a chick teenage rom-com and not at all what I needed it to be. We got her origin story in episode 1. I needed more of a burst of something. And the end of the episode was a good sign for things moving forward. But I am having a very, very hard time liking Kamala in any regard. It's coming off very campy, very played out. And I understand they're trying to stress that she's an ordinary girl trying to do extraordinary things. I got that in episode 1. Can we move past that well? There's a lot of questions that this episode raises. Please tell me you got some answers for me to kind of reel me back to enjoying the series the way I would like to be.
I don't know if I can help you with that. All right, so let's see. Let's talk about what's going on here. All right, we have Kamala, of course, going through her whole evolution of finding out she's got his powers, and she's trying to figure out how to work around these powers and what they can do, what her whole power set is. The first problem that I had came off when, this teenage kid, who apparently is very smart, has the ability to tell freaking that the powers are coming from within her and not the bracelet. Like, what technology are you working with here? Like, what do you have? What is the standard? Like, I got iPads and stuff here, and they don't do all that. Like, so I want to know what he's got on his level that can do all this stuff, because I don't see them with a bat cave. I don't see him with a trust fund to afford all this super high technology. So what does he have that's reading all this? Is this just like standard fare? So enough about that. But that's one thing. 2, we should be diving more into what her powers and stuff can do and where they're coming from. We didn't get through any of that this episode. Like, we saw that she can cause problems and fix them, which we got in episode 1. And here we are still in the same thing. Like, I thought we were going to kind of speed up a little bit because we had a little training montage kind of thing start off, and it didn't really pan out well. And then, of course, we got the classic shirking responsibilities because I'm a teenager and I want to do this stuff because, and don't get me wrong, I understand teenagers, boys, girls, they do stupid stuff when, they're in love. So I understand that. And she's trying to navigate a few things, but we kind of get the same stuff that I've been seeing everywhere else when it comes to, just like I said, the basic rom-com and trying to figure out, does he like me? Don't want this? Cool. Her friend, she's doing the women's council thing for the mosque, and I like that they're bringing a lot of the culture to the show. Like, I do enjoy that because I'm not fully versed in the Muslim culture.
I know basically nothing
with some of the stuff, so it's cool to see some of the stuff. Like, I know a few things from being deployed a couple times and learning a couple things about customs and courtesies. But it's nice to see that they're bringing a lot of that stuff forward, and to some of the people that I've been around with that, like, all this stuff feels very familiar. So I like what they're doing with that. It definitely feels natural for me to, see them explore the personalities and the culture behind, Kamala's background. Now, when it comes to everything with the new guy, Cameron, like I already know who he is and what he's about through Marvel. He's there. You're gonna see a lot more of him going forward, but he just seems real vanilla, I guess is the best way to put it. I'm waiting for him to kind of shine, and then we see his mom, which we still have no explanation as to why the visions are coming through, where the bangle is coming from. I guess they're trying to lead us on a mystery, but like there's no like usually when you lead us on a mystery, you give us like some steps, like National Treasure. This leads to this, leads to this, leads to this. We're not getting any of that. We're just jumping around, and I don't know what the hell is happening at this point. Like I want to know more about the bracelet and what it can do. Was there not instructions in the box? Was there not, hey, this is where it was found, or ancient runes or writing or something we can decipher? Is there like a secret compartment that has a note that says, if found, call this number, and we get some history and we got another point to go to? I don't know, but they're not. They're not
with
doing
mysteries, and all good mysteries, they convey something to the audience. If you, the audience member and the viewer, are asking, why do they need to do this? Why do I even care about this? It's a bad mystery. If you are as excited as the main character is in unraveling everything that's going on, it's a good mystery. Another mystery is, why haven't you already hit that subscribe button in the watermark corner? But this series right now is flat, underdeveloped. And honestly, I do love that they're bringing in a lot of this foreign culture that I do not understand at all. But it's also coming across as really campy and kind of shallow and baiting. Like, it comes across as they're trying to take some world renowned culture that's very deep, very hard to understand, and they're making it very jokingly fun, exciting, hip. They're just they're nitpicking through this culture to make it super entertaining and super flashy and super fun. I'm not sure it's really resonating with everyone that way. It could just be me being like, I'm learning about a bunch of fun stuff, and I think it's really, really cool culture overall. But it feels like Disney and Marvel may be reaching a bit outside their wheelhouse on this one and not really thinking through what they're trying to convey. And I didn't really want a teen rom-com for this series, but it's only episode 2. We got a ways to go. Episode 3 and episode 4 with Marvel shows is usually the make or break. I mean, WandaVision I thought was bad until I got to episode 3, and then it was really, really good. Moon Knight I thought was bad, so I got episode 3. It turned out to be okay. It's like there's a lot of series that episode 3 and 4, especially with what we just finished with Star Wars Obi-Wan. Episode 3, really good. Put it in a promising direction. Episode 4 just kind of kept it stagnant. Episode 3 for this series better be a banger. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be one of those series where it's like, hey, we're here because we are Geek Variants. This is what we do. But it's going to be tough to get through.
Well, we need to get a couple answers and stuff. We need to find a little bit more about the bangle and the powers and what's going on there before we get to the action sequence that's going to come some point where we face off against the main villain. I want to know what's going on with because I mentioned Clear, like I didn't mention him in the last video because I wanted to see. I felt like he was going to be a bigger part of this video, which he was. So P Clear from Damage Control. Remember seeing him in Spider-Man, doing a bunch of the questioning and stuff, trying to figure out what's going on, investigating Happy. They confiscated all the tech, and you see they look like the Stark robot running around under their control. So with that being said, they confiscated all that tech, and now they're running the show with that tech to use it for apprehension. Trying to figure out where they're going with this. That officer, the female officer, her name was kind of a throwaway for me, but she seems like real. I won't say gun happy, but she's real eager to capture a target, and I don't know if she's got a reason behind it. If she's someone else more more important, than what's been let on than just a basic officer. So trying to kind of ascertain what her true intentions are. Um, we got some reference to the Eternals. Kingo was mentioned, who was, throughout the Eternals, and we saw that he was a popular Bollywood actor that proceeded through time, and he just kept up appearances. So name drop there, more or less a reference. Um, yeah, I mean, other than that, let's say again, we're still sitting with the same basic, arm reach platform powers. Like there's nothing else to it. That's all she can do. She can reach an arm out and platform, and even that is not completely steady. And she's having these visions and trying to figure out what's going on. So again, she needs to get herself in check to figure out what's going on. Because if the powers are coming from in her, then what's the bangle for? Like I said, how are you? What are you doing with her powers, Marvel? Like, tell me what the deal is. Like, I need to know
and be specific.
Very specific as to what's going on, because the Inhumans are a very big thing. We've already seen some, spoilers, some stuff happen with some other Inhumans, stuff with the old episodes of the show that fell flat, and we got some new information with Inhumans going forward. So I need to know what you're doing with Inhumans, because this is a big thing. If you're bringing this back around, you need to do it the right way, and it needs to make sense for your continuity throughout the MCU. So it's like, are we having the Terrigen Mist? Is that a thing? Because the bangle was glowing and stuff. So is there Terrigen Mist, inside the bangle? So that I kind of saw her nose glowing. What is it? Or did she breathe something in? Like, what's going on? So I need to know how they're kind of setting that up, because this, of course, opens the door for several other Inhumans to make their way in. And we also have to set up for Young Avengers, Champions, or whatever else they're going to do. Like a lot of these superheroes are going to get brought together. So we need some more clarity as to what these powers entail and how cosmic-y they are. Is it cosmic? Is it from another universe? Is it something like, and again, I'm making a vague reference here. Phoenix Force came from space with that. So it's like, is it something otherworldly that's contained within this bangle that's causing these things, or is it something that's like, what the deal? So, and the police suck. I'm sorry, those cops suck. Like, she just jumped over the thing and fell, and a whole
Terrible perimeter.
like, and ran away with them, and they're like, huh, what? Like, this episode was not good at all. Like, I give this thing like a 3 and stuff like that, and that's mainly
like
for the culture.
It's like
And stuff like this. That's mainly for the culture that we got to see, and they really expressed that. But again, I want you to build the story of Kamala and stuff like that, and I want pieces of the culture. I want stuff in there, like that's part of her story. So tell it. But it seemed like we're more focused on the culture than we're focused on her and what she's doing and what she needs to go forward. Like, okay, put Kamala at the forefront. Like, her friend, cool. Her friend's got stuff going on, and she's trying to, do stuff right for women. I love that. Outstanding. I don't care. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I want to know what's going on with Kamala and Kamala going forward, because I don't know if this character is going to be present forward. Like, if we got information on Ned from Spider-Man, so that he's Ned Leeds. All right, Ned Leeds eventually becomes the Hobgoblin at some point. So yes, I need him, and I need you to focus on him a little bit more as we get closer to him making that transition. But as he's not, he's there. You keep him to the side. He's there for his comedic relief, and then bounces. We focus on Peter Parker and what he's got going on. I need the same kind of thing from Ms. Marvel. Focus on her and what's going on. And I don't really care too much about these side stories. I don't want to go to this other school because I'm in love with Kamala, but she don't want me. She wants the other guy trope. Like, yeah, this episode is not doing it for me. So
yeah, grab your rom-com and huck it out, Marvel, because this is hot garbage. Please fix it. Just episode 3, be good. That's all I ask.
So I think that's
all
nothing
we else to add. It was campy and it was underdeveloped.
That was it. That's all we got for this. So hey, we'll be back for the next ones. We got Obi-Wan finale coming up, and then we've got the next episode of Ms. Marvel, episode 3. We will be covering both as soon as they drop. So by all means, come check us out. Check us out in the morning when you get up. Those videos will be posted. But until then, we will see y'all in the next one.
We're also doing the boys. Holla.